Welcome back, everybody, to another Scarlett Syanide's Sit and Sip. It's me, your favorite gal pal, Scarlett Syanide, and as always, I'm being joined by my lovely co-host,
Jordan. I'm also here.
Now, we are bringing y'all another quick sip today. Now, this is a special edition of a special edition because quick sip, but then this is also our Drag Race Classics.
Yep.
But
it's a fancy term for reruns.
It's a fancy term for reruns. I said, hey, members, which episode of season 14 should we show Jordan? So that way you can just kind of get a little bit of a flavor of season 14.
Yeah, since there's so many 14 queens on All Stars 10.
Exactly. 4 of the queens on the Moulin Ru episode are on All Stars, which is pretty iconic because there's only 7 queens in this episode. So yeah, the members voted for season 14, episode 12. Without further ado, Jordan, let's grab a seat and take a sip and get into the episode. So we are going to talk about all of the girls, but this was your very first impression of season 14. What did you think?
I've watched enough seasons where I've seen the Rusical kind of flop and not really hit. And that was incredible. That was a finished product. Truly, it felt like a finished product.
Right? I mean, and I think that's what gooped and gagged everybody when it first came out. Because
you were saying at the time, it was just like, wow, they nailed it.
Yeah, this is known as probably the best Rusical of all time. The performance is great. The songs are great.
Yeah.
And, you know, the songs are great, but it's all just a medley, which I love because that's very much what the Moulin Rouge movie is. It's like medleys.
Yeah, so I felt like it started kicking in so subtly that it was a medley of RuPaul songs because they would perform them so differently than I'm used to hearing them, as is the point. But it was so well done, and it just like snuck up and made me laugh.
It did a really good job of being funny and letting the girls have fun. But also, I mean, the girls really had to step up their performing chops, their dancing, and quite a few of these girls did not come to play. So we are going to be talking about everybody, but I thought it'd be fun to first talk about the girls that are going to be in All Stars. So you got to see Little Miss Georges.
Oh my goodness. Wow, she has some energy. I was being warned that I wasn't ready.
Oh, yeah. In a very, yes, okay.
Yeah.
This was a pretty notable episode for Georges because she kind of flops in the actual challenge where she just kind of fades into the background.
Yeah,
so
unfortunately.
So she's in the bottom.
Yeah.
But we get an amazing lip sync out of her.
Oh my God.
What did you think about the pop locking diva, punch the ghost diva of Georges?
Wow. She just amazed by the energy, and I'm so excited to see her in All Stars 10.
I'm so excited as well, and she was just such a little baby, honestly, in this season, and I mean, she's already come back for an All Stars 9, and now she'll be back again, of course, in All Stars 10, but, the glow-up is crazy, so...
Is the glow-up coming into All Stars 10 different than from All Stars 9, or did the glow-up happen before All Stars 9?
Oh, no, there was definitely a huge glow-up to All Stars 9, but I mean, she reached,
but then even more.
Such a high caliber, and the fact, I mean, basically, the whole You've Been Born to Do Drag by RuPaul situation, she has not disappointed. Speaking of competitors on All Stars 10, Georges had to lip sync against Bosco. And speaking of episodes, this was an iconic episode because this is where Bosco gets saved by the chocolate bar.
And I was only having a tenuous grasp on the chocolate bar thing, but I was gleaning what I was supposed to get out of it. And yeah, as I said, all I could think about was how mad as Georges I gotta be if I just put on that amazing of a performance to send this girl home and then she gets saved by a golden chocolate bar.
Yeah, and I mean, we will definitely be binging this season so you can catch up, but Bosco by this point already had 2 wins, and she was definitely a fan favorite, but I'm so glad that they also called out the Bosco uniform. You got to see the montage of the Bosco uniform.
Of the Bosco uniform.
I know you said that you were excited to see Bosco on All Stars 10, and I know I am too. I mean, completely like born again diva. But what were your impressions overall of her on the original season?
I really enjoyed the story with her and Lady Camden and their fight over who should be Saltine, even if maybe Bosco proved that she was not the one.
I think this is going to be such a big redemption for Bosco, completely reimagined. I mean, because you definitely saw, like, probably Bosco, honestly, at one of her lowest point, or her lowest point for sure of the season. So I think this is like an interesting light for you to see Bosco in the first time, and I'm excited for you to like see her in the season. I know I'm excited.
And again, reference points. I always like having reference points, and I'm sure a lot of things I just watched are going to get brought up again.
Next up is Dia, who of course will be on All Stars as well. For me, this episode, Dia kind of honestly fell into the background, but I did really enjoy her kiss runway. She had one of my favorite runways for sure. Giving you like dominatrix was Deja Sky.
Oh my god. She definitely, like, I hate that her runway was so bad because she was so good in the Rusical. She was so funny.
Right, I know. You know, and Michelle even said she was a top contender to possibly win. Well, I mean, we'll get to Lady Camden. Maybe not, but she was definitely going to be in the top. But yeah, the runway was just such a bummer. So those were all of the All Stars 10 gals.
Cool.
So now there are 3 left that, well, are not going to be in All Stars 10. So we have, well, spoiler alert, the winner of this season, Willow Pill, who plays the Green Fairy. And then she also had the, like, very cool, almost like 70s or 80s, like Evel Knievel, punk rocky kind of look.
Yeah, it was interesting. I liked it. I feel like Ross was the only one who understood how it was mirror, mirror. And he said about the shininess of the pants, I suppose. But I really don't think it gave mirror. I don't think it gave the category.
I don't think it gave mirror, mirror the category, but I did think it paved the way for Susie Toots' wig. In the Lollapalooza.
Interesting.
Was Miss Angeria, and Angeria, of course, had a fabulous runway where it was like giving like the mirror like pieces like down the headpiece and the body.
It was beautiful.
Yes, I really enjoyed that. But I will say I did not really remember Angeria and the performance very well, so this was kind of like Angeria like chilling moment, because she actually does really well the entire season.
Yeah, it unfortunately doesn't say a lot. I remember Angeria had a lot of energy in the performance, but what she specifically sang about, I do not recall.
Yeah, so, she was one of the, like, the Moulin Rouge girls, part of charisma, uniqueness, nerve, and talent.
Yeah, so.
Now, let's chat about the winner, Lady Camden, who, oh my gosh, this is one of my favorite Lady Camden episodes for many reasons. The performance, of course. The fact that she does have the fight with Bosco, and she kind of gets, like, pushed into this role and then, like, completely, absolutely slays it.
Yeah, she completely dominates the performance.
Yeah, amazing. And then also, Camden had probably one of my other favorite looks on the runway, which was like that Jack Frost, like,
and it had like stuff kind of just crystallizing upward. I did like that.
Yes,
felt like something I could see on Face Off for sure.
Lady Camden is one of those where I'm actually like surprised in a way that she's not already coming back. Still, we need to do our sip of the week and our spit of the week. So Jordan, do you know who your sip is?
I think my sip of this week is Willow Pill's performance right there at the end. Because Michelle Visage was talking about it, I thought it was so perfect how much it like pumped up the energy when you were definitely starting to feel a little bit of lacking energy probably in that part of the show.
Yeah.
And It was also just funny to me that they did it the fact that they just did it 3 times faster each time.
Oh,
I enjoyed that a lot.
Oh, I love that you went off the beaten path for your sip, because my sip is also a little, like, off the beaten path. And my sip is Georgis's read towards Bosco when they get asked who should go home that week.
Oh, that was funny.
And Georges is like, and she was in the bottom 3 times in one episode.
Technically, a technical burn.
Yes.
A very technical burn.
So Georges gets my sip for that read, and then also her just slaying of that lip sync.
Yeah.
Which I loved. Yes. All right, Jordan, then who is your spit of the week?
My spit... My spit is unfortunately going to go to Deja Sky just for her runway look because it was really bad. I know she's capable of better. I cannot wait for All Stars 10 to see what she's going to do.
Yeah.
But I got to spit that outfit.
Fair enough. My spit of the week has to be Bosco. I mean, she just objectively did the worst that week. Also, she like really lost that lip sync. So I'm glad she was saved by the golden chocolate bar because she's my spit of the week. Hope y'all are so excited for All Stars 10. I know we are. Don't forget to join us again every single Monday for Scarlett Syanide Sit and Sip. Until next time, divas. Bye. What's up, everybody? It's your favorite gal pal, Scarlett Syanide, and welcome back to another quick sip edition of Scarlett Cyanide's Sit and Sip. As always, I'm joined by my very lovely co-host,
Jordan. I'm also here.
Yes. Ooh, rocking that amazing hairstyling.
Oh, thank you. I just couldn't get it to do any of the things I wanted, so I'm glad it happened to look good.
It looks great.
Thank you.
And we are reviewing a very fun, a very edgy, a divine, kind of lesser known divine movie, Lust in the Dust.
Yes, it's very exciting. So it's a Paul Bartel movie, made like the original Death Race 2000, made Eating Raoul. Just an incredible genre director, 70s, 80s, like 70s into 80s.
Yeah, so not John Waters, like we kind of usually associate Divine with John Waters.
Yes,
this is actually not a John Waters.
But Paul Bartel has a very similar sense of humor, which made a lot of sense when I saw his name in the credits and got very excited to watch this movie, and it did not disappoint.
It did not disappoint. So it is set in the West, the Wild Wild West, and let me tell you, there is lust, there is dust, there is buried treasure.
Yep.
And there are matching treasure map ass tattoos.
Matching treasure map ass tattoos. That is exactly true.
Yes.
Exactly true.
I was actually really pleasantly surprised as well, because when the movie starts out, it is very much like Divine in all of her glory, like very like crude jokes, but like hilarious physical comedy.
The fact that she does the bit that her character Rosita Velez seems to fall off the front of the horse every single time the horse stops is hysterical, and Divine has so much fun with it.
Seriously, the very first thing you see of her is her falling off of the horse, but like still feeling her oats. Like she's like the hottest, most sexiest woman ever.
I love it so much. And then, we've got Divine as Rosita Velez, who comes into town with the drifter Abel Wood, played by Tab Hunter.
Abel Wood.
Which is just so beautiful because it sounds like, yes, obviously Abel Wood, it's a sex joke. It's great.
Right.
It's very drag.
And apparently he's very able. That's like a running trend throughout the movie.
But it still looks like something that somebody could just be named.
Exactly. Yes.
It's very well done.
Yes, and they roll into town, kind of begrudgingly by him, but I don't know, they kind of have a little spark.
Yeah, they do.
As the movie goes on, and of course, one of my favorite points is there's not just matching ass tattoos. It's because there's long lost twins being reunited. You can watch this movie for free on Tubi, and you should. It's very funny.
You absolutely should.
It's very, very funny. But yeah, like all these people are in this town because there is the long lost, tale of buried treasure, and all these people are trying to figure out a limerick in order to figure out where the treasure is buried. Yes. And, two beautiful women in the town might just have matching ass tattoos with a map on them. So, I mean, that's the plot of the movie, but it's divine, and it's so... And her... The hygiene.
And then we have the long-lost twin sister, Marguerite, played by Lainey Kazan.
Ooh.
Just played beautifully.
So gorgeous.
She's so gorgeous, but she's just so huge. She takes up the whole space whenever she enters the room. It's great.
I mean, yeah, she owns that freaking room when she walks in. She does... She plays like the head girl, and Divine is originally trying to get a job as a singer in the bar, which we do get to see a really hilarious musical number by Divine, basically about how sexy she is and how all the boys want her.
Yeah.
And honestly, it was pretty good. It was very funny.
Yeah.
She has a running gag because, don't worry, Divine is definitely getting the men. But there's this really funny running gag that she keeps accidentally killing all of the men.
Yes.
That she sleeps with when they are performing certain acts, and she breaks their necks. So.
And it happens a few
times.
Another bit that I absolutely loved, and I love that it became so important to the climax of the movie, was that the outlaw that Abel keeps getting mistaken for, Hard Case William.
Yes, Hard Case William.
I love that he is allergic to Divine.
Oh my gosh.
Perfume.
Yes.
He can't even be around her. He just starts sneezing.
Oh my gosh.
Very funny.
This movie is truly just like camp, fun. Like everybody's in on the joke. Like nobody is trying to make a for real serious movie, but they all do a good job, making something so fun and entertaining. It is very much giving you if Divine did Mel Brooks.
Yes. I was thinking this movie definitely showed it used Blazing Saddles as a definite reference point, because there were parts where it was for such a silly movie. It was very well written.
It really was. I was truly shocked at how, originally, once I kind of stopped just seeing just Divine and the clownery of her glory and everything, and I kind of was like, okay, there's a plot happening here. I'm like, you know what? This is really good. It's a well written story.
It is. It's a good movie, and I think people should watch it. That's why, again, glad it's free on Tubi.
Definitely, yes.
We try to stick to things that we can watch on Tubi for free.
Right. I know we really want to watch Tu Wong Fu, and I would love for that to be the next quick step we do. We'll see. You do have to pay $3.99 to rent that.
That one is not on Tubi for free, unfortunately.
Maybe we'll make the little $3.99 splurge and rent it, because I would love to talk about that movie. Well, y'all, we will be back next week for the very first 2 episodes, actually, of All Stars 10.
And I totally didn't know that until we learned that on the live earlier.
Yes, they're dropping 2 at once. Hello. And in the meantime, I'm so glad that we've gotten to these quick sips, because these movies have been so fun and entertaining, and I've loved getting to talk about them with you.
And I love movies.
Exactly, yes. So, y'all, take care of yourselves. Don't forget to support the channel by liking the video and subscribing. Drop a comment down below. Let us know if you have any suggestions of movies that we should watch. Take care of yourselves, y'all. Bye.